the big winner tonight.
He is undefeated in the squared circle.
No one beats us to the punch.
News friends, I am backstage with the big winner tonight, Chancey Wilson. It was an amazing fight, Chancey. Break it down for us.
It was tough. I mean, he gave me everything I could handle. I mean, he was throwing that lead hook like I knew he would throw, and he was catching me with it, but he was backing up. I mean, you can't win in this sport if you're backing up. So, you know, I was on his ass every round. So I feel like I got what I deserved, and I got the W. So.
Now, you were the shorter fighter and also a southpaw. Explain what that means to the fans in a fight like this.
I mean, I'm not just short, man. I walk around at 130 pounds. I really should be fighting at 115, 122. You know, these guys are outweighing me, and then they get in there with me, and they're backing up. They're the ones on the back foot. So I think that shows my grit, you know. I'm the smaller fighter, but I got way more grit, way more nuts than these guys would ever have.
What impressed you the most about your opponent, do you think?
He had a lot more power than I thought he was going to have, and he was a lot more composed. I thought he'd be a little more sloppy. I thought he'd make more mistakes. But, I mean, I think he knew what he was getting into, and he had 2 training camps for this, so he had a little bit more time to get ready, and you know, he gave me a fight for sure.
One of the things I love so much about this division is the speed. We've got to talk about that because your particular weight class is really fast.
Yeah. I mean, it's the hand speed is different here, but I mean, I feel like I see a little bit of everything. Even though I get a little reckless and I try to go for it and I take some shots, but I feel like I see everything in there. I was making them miss a lot. You know, I wish I made them pay a little bit more than I did, but I still came away with the win, so I'm happy.
What was your game plan, and did you stick with it?
Yeah. My game plan was to go to the body and try to come up top. I wish I did a little bit more, but I think I did just enough to win and win over the judges, so that's all that mattered to me.
I bet I know if I ask you who you want next, who it's going to be. Is it the magician?
Oh, for sure. I want that Dodson fight. I feel like I got more grit than a lot of people he's been fighting. The people he's been fighting, man, they already been through their wars. You know, he's calling out guys that already been beat down and battered in this. You know, I'm still fresh. You know, this has been my hardest fight, you know, and it's my 5th fight in. I haven't been dropped yet. So I feel like I'll give him a fight he hasn't had before. If they don't want to give me Dodson, give me an easy fight, easy payday, and let me beat the out of Albert Inclan. That crackhead keeps talking shit. I'm going to knock him out. So give me Dodson or give me Albert Inclan.
Speaking of your next opponent, if you were to get Dodson, how do you think you match up stylistically with him?
I think I'm a lot faster than him. I think he's real sloppy, man. He's not a boxer. He's an MMA fighter. He fights with his hands down. He's just fighting with guys that's looking at the resume and they're coming in there scared. I'm not going to be scared of him. I'm every bit that he thinks he is. So I'm going to Dodson up. If he comes my way, he's going to be in a world of trouble.
You know, Chancey, this is your 5th fight, I believe, now in BKFC, and I followed your career since the very beginning. I'm so impressed with your performance. How are you a different fighter than when you first started in BKFC?
Well, when I first came here, I fought an Olympian at 115 pounds. I mean, and it was a different experience for me. But now I feel like I made a home, and I got this thing down pat. So if the Olympian want to come back, I'll drop down to 115 pounds and give him some work too. So.
I certainly think you've got this down pat. Before we go tonight, Mr. Chancey Wilson, any family, friends, sponsors you'd like to thank?
Yeah. I want to thank Bad Matchup, my sponsorship that made my outfit. I want to thank Jackson Wink MMA. I'm hoping to come down there and train and get some work. And I want to thank Smith Brothers, Kevin Smith, man. He's been taking care of me, and my coach, Charles Ellis, man. I wouldn't be able to do it without him. He beat James Toney. That's a Hall of Famer, you know. So I'll give all the praise to Charles Ellis. This was his win tonight.
All right, well, we are here with the big winner tonight, Chancey Wilson, and John Dodson, he wants you next. So for Bare Knuckle News, I'm Susan Singari, and this is
Chancey Superfly Wilson.
And remember, Chancey, no one beats us to the punch.